Well, new in a couple of days ago. I'm afraid I've been a bit busy, so haven't had a chance to look at these yet. We have the Hattons Genesis coaches. Their range of freelance, but based on real coaches, if that makes any sense. First announced in October 2019. These have been quite a long time coming, and there's been a lot of interest on our own web about them, and obviously when the designs were first wheeled out, there was a lot of comment and discussion, and indeed the designs changed quite rapidly. So let's have a look now we've actually got them. You'll have seen some videos and some reviews in the past where we've actually had our hands on the pre-production models, and so this is the first time we've actually had ones that you can go and buy in the shop. Lovely. As you can see, it's packaged in a box, and I've taken it out of the box, so that's all the unboxing I'm going to do. Let's start with, according to the end of the box, this is a 6-wheel full brake in Southern Region olive green with working lighting. So I'll have to test that later for the review. Let's have a quick look now. What have we got? Well, indeed it has 6 wheels. And while I've got this up and down, quite a nice representation of brake gear. I think it's important to remember that these aren't real coaches. They are freelance based on real coaches. Plenty of slop there on the centre axle, which seems to remove quite freely. I know there's been a bit of discussion about how well these run around tight curves, and we'll do a little bit of experimenting later. But yeah, it's there. There is enough. I think if you want an absolutely perfect pre-grouping coach, then off you go and build a kit. But what the trouble is that for ready-to-run manufacturers, simply aren't enough people who want a pre-grouping coach to make it worth tooling up for a very specific example. Hence this very clever idea originated by Hattons of doing a generic type of coach. Anyway, as you can see, it is in green with very, very nice, neat lining, orange lining, and the windows obviously in their slightly reddish frames. This, I assume, is the gaslit version, because we've got a pipe running along the top that appears to, but doesn't actually, join up with the pipe on the end. And it's got a bit of weight to it as well. Don't know how easy it's going to be to lift off the roof. It doesn't seem to want to come off in a hurry, so I'm not going to break it on camera for you. Guards duckets, and they are actually glazed. Looks very nice. That's a nice looking model, that one. I'd been pleased to produce that. What have we got next? We have the 4-wheel composite first third in London, Brighton and South Coast umber with working lighting again. So let's take that one out of the box. There is some other stuff in the bottom of the box, actually. We appear to get some more footboards, and of course we have the all-important instructions, which I will be reading before attempting to take the model apart. Oh, and it should nice touch. You can fit these with DCC, so you can turn the lights on and off. Anyway, let's have a look at the 4-wheeler. And again, very, very nicely decorated in the umber. Nice crest on the side. I mean, this looks great. It's just comparing the wheels. Interestingly, the Southern Railway wheels are all black. These wheels have actually got the wooden blocks highlighted in brown. Again, brake gear underneath, all the brake hangers and everything. Probably somebody's going to go, oh, it's a bit simplified. It probably is, but these are generic coaches, and as such, a little bit of simplification is perfectly acceptable. I think actually this one shows up very nicely. You've got the separately fitted handrails on the end and metal steps. I think those of you wanting to compare these with the Hornby versions will remember, I think the Hornby versions are moulded plastic. These are just a little bit finer because they are separately applied metal parts. Buffers are not sprung, which doesn't, as far as I'm concerned, make any difference, because if you've got a tension lock coupling on the end, then let's be honest, the buffers don't really come into contact with each other anyway, so we'll not be worrying about that too much. I think, yeah, again, decoration is really rather smashing. And you know, considering generic coach, these are detailed. I mean, we've got little things like on the first we have torpedo vents, but not on the third class roof. Presumably the third class passengers can just cough and splutter and not going to get any ventilation. We also have a train pack here, which is interesting, and this is the LNER pre-war brown with working lighting again. Pack of 4. Essentially, it's 4 individual coaches all taped into a pack so that you can buy an entire train. I'll leave those in there for a minute, mainly because I haven't got a knife handy to cut the sellotape. But yeah, a nice first impressions are these are very very nice quality models. I remember when I looked at the pre-production models, I was very impressed at that point. Obviously there are things like metal wheels, but we know they're going to be metal wheels now. We'd make more of a fuss if they are plastic wheels. Yeah, first impressions are these are very tidy indeed, and we'll be bringing you a fuller review in the December issue of British Railway Modelling.